First at 4, stocks tumble, triggering an automatic halt in trading. So where do things stand right now as the markets close? And business editor Rob Maloney is here to explain what's going on. Also, it's Biden versus Sanders with Michigan's delegates on the line. The candidates crisscross the state, and we have voting information for you. Ben.
Karen, we did it again today. Another finish in the 60s. Now it's rain, but can we get to that number later this week? We'll look at it next. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, breaking news as the U.S. stock market tumbles again, hitting a critical point. Trading was actually suspended this morning for the first time in more than 20 years to let investors catch their breath. Stocks have been struggling to recover ever since. Here is the look at the latest. As you can see, the Dow Jones down some 2,000 points. And we have seen big drops over the past 2 weeks, but this is the worst since the slide started. Our Devin Skillion is standing by with business editor Rob Maloney to talk about the stories behind these numbers.
Karen, it has been difficult to watch today. It has basically required an Alka-Seltzer if you were watching the market hour by hour. We fortunately have the expertise of our certified financial planner on staff right here, our business editor Rob Maloney. The coronavirus, of course, Rod, has been weighing on the market, but other things at play today.
The coronavirus has the market on edge, all right? But you got to add the oil situation to it, okay? So we're talking about OPEC. We're talking about its impact on Saudi Arabia, Russia, and you're also talking about the United States, our fracking business. And so that's what really sent this thing going, because you get oil prices at like historic lows. The bond market chaos then that ensues because then they go to safety, right? You're looking for a safe place to put your money, you put it into a U.S. Treasury, and guess what happens? The Treasury notes get pushed down. So that adds chaos to the whole thing as well.
Let's dig a little bit more deeply into this OPEC portion of the equation. Why are oil prices tanking today?
Because Saudi Arabia and Russia couldn't come to a deal in the OPEC space in terms of how much supply. So essentially what Saudi Arabia is doing is just turning on the spigots, flooding the market, drives the price down. They're trying to drive Russia out of the market. They're trying to drive our frackers out of the market, and that is going to hurt long term.
Which should also be good news for American business, because it's lower energy costs, and for all of us as consumers, we expect to see a lower price at the pump.
$2 a gallon gasoline is what we're looking at here. So that's actually good for people. When you get the 10-year note down that low, that means mortgage rates come down. Refinancing is important too.
All right, we've got a lot more to cover here throughout our news block today. What are we going to have coming up at 6?
We're going to talk more about exactly what it means in terms of helping you with mortgage interest rates, gasoline, and that kind of thing. Also talk a little bit about how you should maybe apportion, say, a 529 plan.
So many questions, and it's been changing hour by hour. So Rod will have much more as we continue here. Much more coming up here on Local 4 News at 5 as well. Karen, back to you.
Right. Thank you very much, guys. Now let's talk about the coronavirus. We just learned about the first confirmed cases in Ohio. Right now, that puts the number of states affected up to 35. The cases in Ohio are from near Cleveland. Michigan is not on the list of affected states, but test results for 11 people are pending this afternoon. The latest figures show 22 Americans have died from coronavirus. CDC is warning colleges and universities to hold off on those study abroad programs and bring students home if they're already in other countries. Senator Ted Cruz of California and Congressman Paul Gosar of Arizona are self-quarantined after coming in contact with someone with the virus. Neither, though, has any symptoms. Let's get to Kimberly Gill for the other latest developments in this. Kim.
And boy, are there a lot of developments. Karen, good afternoon to you. Right now, we're tracking a massive operation in Northern California as the Grand Princess cruise ship finally just docked in Oakland. The ship had been forced to idle off the coast for several days with 3,500 people on board. At least 45 people were tested, with 21 testing positive for coronavirus or COVID-19. It's not clear how many of the passengers and crew will be able to leave the ship today, but we're told that American passengers will be bused to military bases for a 14-day quarantine. Foreign tourists will take a charter flight to get back to their respective homes. California officials are trying to make sure no one from the ship has contact with the general public. On now to Italy. It just saw its largest single-day jump in the number of deaths from coronavirus. 16 million people are under lockdown. That's a quarter of the country's population. We're talking about the northern part of the country mostly here. 366 people have now died in Italy, with more than 7,300 people sick. Only people with proven work-related reasons or health problems will be able to move in and out of the exclusion zones. Also, All leave has been canceled for health workers there. On the other side of the spectrum, workers in China's largest cities are back on the job. Many people are still wearing masks and bringing disinfectant. Workers at one Shanghai office were checked for fevers as they arrived. The coronavirus outbreak led to nearly 7 weeks of limited public activities in China. China reported 40 new cases Sunday. That's the lowest number since they started public reporting, which was back on January 20th. So, Karen, that's just a snapshot of some of the day's headlines. We'll have another update coming up on the news at 5 tonight. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Much appreciated. Thank you, Kim. Our coverage continues at 5 and 6. During the 5:30 half hour, Dr. McGeorge answers your questions, including, can the virus spread in public restrooms? Then at 6, he takes a look at washing your hands. You've probably already heard you need to spend at least 20 seconds scrubbing, but he's going to take a look at the parts of your hands that you might be missing, and many of us are doing this. In other news this afternoon, Michigan is the biggest prize in tomorrow's series of primaries in the 2020 presidential race. Senator Bernie Sanders has been in Michigan for days, and today Joe Biden is storming across the state. The former vice president's first stop was in Grand Rapids this morning, then a stop in Flint before an evening event here in Detroit. We'll get a boost from former rivals Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. They will join him at the Renaissance High School tonight at 7. Meantime, Senator Bernie Sanders is in Metro Detroit again today. He's holding a coronavirus roundtable in Romulus right now. He's been crisscrossing southeast Michigan since Friday night. Both candidates making it clear how important Michigan has become in presidential politics. Sanders will also have a town hall at the University of Michigan Dearborn at 6:30. You can go to the polls tomorrow between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. We did post all the election information that you need to know on our Decision 2020 page at clickondetroit.com, including Paula Tutman's stories on how to register on the same day as the primary and how to change your spoil, your ballot, if you voted for someone who then dropped out and then you want to update your choice. We've got all that information for you on clickondetroit.com. Now, turning to the weather. Sun struggling to peek through, but it feels pretty good outside. We did hit 60 degrees Sunday, so we're hoping to do it again, Ben.
We did. We're at 61 right now, Karen, but this is probably the last time we're going to see that number until spring, which does start a week from Thursday, so it's not going to be too far off. Showers are the next thing on the menu, and just a little finger of rain starting to move into the west part of the area. But this is the bigger slug, and that's what's going to be coming in mainly after the sun goes down tonight. Once it arrives, expect it to be pretty widespread through tonight and at least the early parts of tomorrow. Staying mild right through the midnight hour, 54. In fact, that may be our high temperature tomorrow. Numbers are going to fall behind a cold front that ends the rain. We'll check that out and just see if we can get back to 60 or at least close to that mark in the 7-day forecast coming up. Karen?
All right. Thank you, Ben. Well, she just went to pick up her daughter from work and ended up murdered. This afternoon, the search continues for her killer. This happened this morning outside of the Rue 21 clothing store on Hoover near I-696. Investigators say the daughter received a text from her mom saying she arrived to pick her up. So when the daughter came outside, she discovered her mom dead inside her car. Police believe robbery may have been the motive. After a chaotic weekend, Art Van Furniture is back open today for going out of business sales. Bargain hunters and customers looking for refunds lined up outside of Art Van locations across Metro Detroit. This comes after stores were closed early Saturday because large crowds caused traffic and parking problems at some stores. Company has also officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Rob Maloney will take a closer look at that filing and what it says about how Art Van ended up closing. That part of the story new at 5. Still ahead, a legendary singer and actress wants to celebrate her 75th birthday with a new Playboy cover. We'll talk about that in trending stories. Evrod.
A local woman is featured in a national magazine as a woman who's changing the world. I'm Evrod Kasumi. Coming up, we're going to introduce you to her and show you the work that she's been doing for years. It's really making a difference.
Up first, Royal Milestone, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, make their last appearance as senior royals. But is this really an end? We'll be right back.